Welcome to my 8th video in my Part 5 Java MTA prep course. In this video we're going to be talking about the Java terminal commands and how to compile and run our Java programs from the terminal. So as always, I'm going to be looking at the key points that you must remember for the exam and then throwing some code at you to try and cement the knowledge that we have covered. So in the MTA exam, you need to know how to run your programs from the terminal or the command prompt. So in the Visual Studio Code, the terminal will look like this, where you can input the 2 steps to compile and then run the code. So these 2 steps are using these 2 keywords. So to compile, you first need to use the Java C keyword, and then to run it, you need to use the Java keyword. So what it will look like here in the command prompt, first I use the CD, the change directory keyword, to go to the correct file path where my program is located. Once I'm there, I'll use the Java C and then the file name plus the extension name. And then once it's compiled, I can then just use the Java and then the file name to execute and run the code. So it's important to remember these 2 keywords, and it's also important to remember which keyword links up with both the file name and the extension, and then which keyword links up just to the file name. So as always, I'm now going to throw some questions at you and see how much you can remember from this key information. So what we have here is we have 5 commands from the terminal, and what I would like you to do is answer the question. So you need to tell me, will this execute, and if it won't execute, why not? So pause the video and see if you can answer all 5. So hopefully you've paused the video. Let's go through some of the answers. So the first one, will not execute, because before you run the file name, you have to compile it. So we haven't done that Java C app.java to compile the code, so therefore we cannot run it. So this will not execute. Here, this will not execute, nothing will happen, because although this is correct, we have compiled the code, we haven't run it, so there is no execution command there. So even though there will not be an error here, it will not work. Here, what we have, again, it will not work because we have not added that file extension. So if we've got that Java C command, we have to have the file name and the Java file extension. So this will not be executed. Here, we're mixing up the commands. So the first one will compile correctly. The second one, we have used the wrong keyword. So that should just be Java app if you wanted to execute the one that you've just compiled. And number 5, we've used the right command there with the right file name and the right file extension, and then we've used the right command there with the file name, so that one would execute without a problem. So we're going to stop the video there. That's the important information that you need to remember for the exam. So to check your knowledge, are you able to compile and run your code from the terminal? Can you remember the 2 keywords to compile and run your code? Can you explain any other commands that might be useful when using the terminal, such as CD and directory? So if you're able to answer all 3, I think you're in a strong position to get a good mark on this section of the exam. If you found this video useful, please like, and if you want to know more about the other knowledge modules that are on the MTA exam, please subscribe and check out the playlist. And I'll see you in the next video.